HTML form elements. As you know, a form is basically a container that contains many elements to gather information. The different types of form elements controls that are used to collect data using HTML form are as follows. Text controls, checkbox controls, radio box controls, drop-down list controls, clickable buttons. Let us learn about the syntax and many more about these elements. Text controls. Text input controls are basically used to collect textual data, like names, directions, phrases, messages, passwords, etc. The three types of text input used in HTML forms are as follows. Single-line text input controls. This control is used for items that require only one line of user input, such as search boxes or names. With the help of input tag, we can easily create single-line text input control. To create a single-line input text control on the form, you may use text value for type attribute. Input type is equal to text. The different attributes for the input tag. Type. This attribute specifies the type of input control to display. For example, text, password, checkbox, radio, submit, reset, file, email, number, etc. Name. This attribute defines the name of the input element. This name is used when sending form data to the server. Value. This attribute sets the initial value of the input element, which is submitted when the form is sent. ID. This attribute assigns a unique identifier to the input element. Let us understand the concept of single-line text control with the help of an example. Output. Multi-line text input controls. Sometimes a user wants to write a piece of information which is longer than a single sentence. In such a case, multi-line text input controls are used. Control allows multiple lines of text to be entered in a text box. To create a multi-line text input control, a tag named textArea is used. Remember that if the user enters the data that exceeds the display area, then scroll bars appear to scroll and view the text. The syntax of multi-line text input control is textArea rows is equal to no of rows, cols is equal to no of columns. Where no of rows and no of columns are the attributes of textArea tag. Let us learn how to create a multi-line text input control with the help of a simple example. Example. Output. Password input control. The password input control is almost the same as the text box input control. The only difference is that it does not show the text as the user types, i.e., it masks the character as soon as the user enters it. They are also created using input tag. The basic syntax of password input control is input type is equal to password. Let us learn how to create a password input control in a form with the help of an example. Example. Output. Radio control. Radio control allows users to select one option from a set of predefined options. When a user selects a radio button, the other buttons in the same group become deselected. In HTML, a radio control can be created by defining the type attribute value of input tag as radio. The basic syntax of radio control is input type is equal to radio. The main attributes that can be used with radio button controls. Name. This is the required attribute that groups radio buttons together. Only one radio button in a group with the same name attribute can be selected at any time. Value. This attribute defines the value that will be submitted when the corresponding radio button is selected. Checked. This attribute indicates that the radio button should be selected by default when the page loads. If the checked attribute is present, the radio button is rendered as selected. Let us learn how to create radio control in a form with the help of an example. Example: output. Checkbox control. A checkbox is a form element that lets the user select multiple options from a wide variety of options. Or, we can say that it is used when more than one option is required to be selected. Checkboxes are created with the HTML input tag. The basic syntax of checkbox control is as input type is equal to checkbox. Let us learn how to create checkbox control with the help of a simple example. Example: output. Drop-down list control. A drop-down list in a form allows users to select an item from an expanded list of options. This can be created using the select and option tags. The select tag must include at least one option tag. The option tag is used to define the individual items within a select list. The different attributes of select and option tags are summarized in the table given below. Let us learn how to create a drop-down list in an HTML form with the help of a simple example. Example: output. Submit reset control. The submit and reset controls are command buttons that allow users to either submit the entered values to the web server or reset the form for a new entry. The submit button sends the data filled out in the form to the web server, while the reset button clears the form, enabling users to start fresh with new inputs. The basic syntax of submit and reset control are: input type is equal to submit. Input type is equal to reset. Let us learn how to add submit and reset buttons with the help of a simple example.